I don't know. After hearing him calm and talking about the tether story, it's probable.
Just go down to the county attorney's office. I think you'll find a lot of humans down there.
All right.
No disrespect.
Stop driving.
I'm flirting with the judge in front of my dad.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Wait, it is Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. Hope everyone's well. And my phone's already dinging. That means I don't have it on mute. Anyways, hope everyone had a great day today. Hope everyone's well. Court today was kind of slow. There was some okay clips. Yeah, I had to scrounge things together. Luckily, I had a follow-up today, which is on the thumbnail. So had that follow-up, so I was able to put that in. Then I got a bunch of short ones, and then we're going to finish with Judge Vaan. Judge Vaan was even kind of boring today, so I'm using the docket that I got from him a couple days ago. But we're still going to have fun. We're still going to hang out. Still got some good clips for you. Yeah, that's all I got for now. Hope everyone's good. Oh, I did get a new member. So I don't forget this. Linda Sims, thank you so much. I don't know if you're still here. You became a member 3 hours ago, so you might not still be here, but I very much appreciate it. So thank you. All right. Colin, can I please be here? Nancy, you're always welcome here. Oh, there. Yay, Linda's here. Welcome, Linda. Thank you for becoming a member. What's up, Paul? How are you? All right. You guys ready? This first one's good. Guy wants to go pro se and still tries to get advice from the attorney, and then the judge puts a stop to it. All right. Before I hit that play button, you already know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe and do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Anthony Evans. Mr. Evans, good morning. Mr. Evans, you're here in case 23-453MM. You're charged with one count of, I'm trying to find the charge. There's no charge.
Violation county probation.
Oh, it's a violation county probation charge. Is there a new charge too? Or it's just the misuse of 911 was what he's on probation for? Mr. Evans, you're accused of violating the terms of your county probation. Mr. Evans, I've already appointed the public defender's officer to represent you. Please listen to Mr. McDaniel, your attorney.
Your Honor, Mr. Evans, is asked to represent himself, and I'm going to be here to assist him in any way I can to help him along the journey. But he is asking to go pro se. I think he filed some motions I saw, but I'll let him, and I'll try to assist him in any way I can.
Tell me where we're at in that process. If I made the inquiry I have to make before I can let him represent himself, I don't remember that.
I don't think you did at first appearance.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Evans, let me ask you a couple of questions. How old are you, sir?
44, sir.
Mr. Evans, what is the extent of your education? Do you have a complete high school education or any college?
Associates in psychology and social work.
So you have an AA degree, a 2-year degree, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any education or training or in legal courses or the law?
No.
And have you ever represented yourself before in a criminal charge?
Yes, I have.
Where was that at?
It was in North Carolina.
Okay. Did you go to trial?
No, it got dismissed.
Okay. So there was never a trial, correct?
True.
Okay.
All right. He represented himself and the case got dismissed. That means he's an attorney. He's got this. He knows exactly what to do.
And Mr. Evans, here's what I'm required to tell you. This is the way I heard a judge explain it this way one time, and this is the way I explain it also. I think it's a good explanation. What is your trade? What do you do for a living when you work?
Right now, I was working 2 jobs before this incident, which was at the distribution center, and I picked up a second job, which was at Zaxby's.
Okay. If I showed up at the distribution center tomorrow morning and I clocked in, I would have no idea what to do. I have not been trained for that job. I don't have the skill set for that job. I don't know nothing about it. I'll do a horrible job. That's common sense. What you're saying is, even though you don't have any experience, you have no training, you haven't been to law school, you haven't taken or passed the Florida bar, and you have no experience in criminal law in Florida, that you think you're capable and competent of representing yourself. Now, what I've got to tell you is that's a bad idea. Here's the analogy that I heard. The analogy is you're about to have surgery. And what you're saying is that you want to perform surgery on yourself. Even though you don't have the training, the experience, the expertise, you think that you're capable of performing surgery on yourself. And what I've got to tell you is if you do that, you have the right to do it, first of all. You've got the right to represent yourself, but it's almost always a bad idea. If you perform surgery on yourself and we get involved in this case and you nick an artery and you're bleeding out, literally, I can do nothing to help you. I can't help someone who's representing himself. I can't represent you. I can't give you advice. You're just like an attorney in the case. You've got to take the ball and run with it. It is a bad idea. I would strongly encourage you to take the services and representation that's being offered to you of an attorney that's been a member of the Florida Bar for many years and represented not dozens, but hundreds of criminal cases. Mr. McDaniel has represented hundreds of criminal cases. Mr. McDaniel had a trial last week, Mr. McDaniel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Week before last, when the jury found the individual not guilty after a trial. He's a very good attorney. He knows what he's doing, and I would encourage you to accept that representation way before I even thought about suggesting you representing yourself. Having said that, you have to make the final decision on whether you want to represent yourself or not. Do you want to follow my advice and be represented by an attorney that's qualified, or do you want to represent yourself, Mr. Evans?
All right, this is one of many conferences that they have. So, yeah, I'm going to take this chance to pause it. And thank you, Catatonic, for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. That's very generous. And welcome to the 5 new members, as well as Nancy. Thank you for becoming a member. I thought you already were a member. Yeah. Are you the same Nancy? I think you're the same Nancy. I don't know. I'd have to go to YouTube to find out because I can't tell from this side. Anyways, thank you all. You guys are awesome. And all right. Let's keep going. Oh, please don't say that. No. Don't say it's buffering. Did I forget to put the links in there? Today's just been a great day. Great day. I'll add them right now. You're just going to have to refresh. I'll let you know when they're up. All right, I just added them.
Your Honor, I'm going to continue to represent myself.
Okay. In that case, Ms. Bremer, are you ready to set this matter for a violation of probation hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And when do you want to schedule it for? Looks like based on the allegations, it's like the only witness is the probation officer, Mr. Ham. We should be able to do this next week, shouldn't we?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So let's look at next week's calendar.
Your Honor, is it possible
sir.
that you could do this hearing right now if the probation officer is present? Because the last time
No,
we spoke.
The probation officer is not present.
Okay, one more
Is
thing.
he
Well, a
here
couple more
today?
things.
He is here today. He's downstairs. Ms. Bremer?
Is there a time this afternoon that we'd be able to, or does it need to be this morning?
I have
It's
civil
pretty simple.
stuff this afternoon.
It's pretty simple.
The allegations are he quit reporting and there was some financial allegations.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Just a second, seeing if the state is in a position, she may have something right after first appearance. I have no idea.
okay.
Ms. Bremer?
I should be able to do it this morning, Your Honor.
I'm looking at my calendar too. I don't think I have anything until, I've got some civil hearings at 1:30. Okay. So Ms. Bremer, you want to go ahead and get Mr. Ham up here and try to get it done?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Evans, before we do that, you need to make sure you understand that if we go
Judge,
forward with
can
your
I-
request and have, Mr. McDaniel?
Judge, can I make, I think after speaking with him just right now, I think he's wanting to go ahead and admit and then offer mitigating circumstances to the court on the sentence and let the court sentence him. Is that correct?
It's-
Again, this guy's representing himself, still taking advice from the public defender. Fun. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, Linktree. Linktree is a lot of fun. YouTube doesn't take anything from Linktree. Hey, Terry. See, this is better. I pause it and then I'm not pausing the video, or I'm not pausing the video and I'm still talking.
I can speak now.
Yeah.
I can do it now.
Yeah.
Hey, Your Honor, okay.
First, you got to admit that you violated the probation.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, Mr. Evans, let me explain. Since you're representing yourself, let me explain to you your options. Option number one is to say, I want to have a hearing. I want to dispute that I violated the conditions of my probation. I want to have a hearing. If you want to do that, we're going to schedule the hearing. We may do it this morning. Mr. Ham's just coming in the courtroom because he's obviously been watching downstairs. Your second option that Mr. McDaniel is referring to now is to say, I don't want to have a hearing. I basically want to throw myself on the mercy of the court. If you do that, you admit that you violated the terms of your probation, but then you're entitled to tell me anything you want. There may be some specific reason why you may have violated the terms of your probation. You have the right to explain it and give your side of it. If you take that option, you take option two, admitting to the violation of probation without a specific plea agreement. You also have the right to say, I admit to certain conditions and not others. You may feel like, hey, they've accused me of three specific violations, and I admit to one of them, or I admit to two of them. Okay, so that's option two. Option three is to say, I want to accept the state's offer. So let's talk about what the state's offer was in this case, and then we can see if you have any questions. What was the offer in this case, or what was the court's offer? I don't know.
60 days in jail.
Yeah, I'm sorry if the volume's low. I can hear it fine. I've got headphones in though, so I don't know if that's why. I don't know. When I record at full volume, and I always play at full volume, just because I'm half deaf. So yeah, if it's low, then I'm sorry. It's not on mine. It must be the court's.
Jail with court costs and fines.
Okay, and he's been there how long, Mr. McDaniel?
34 days.
Okay, so those are the options you have. You understand those choices, Mr. Evans?
So,
Okay, Your Honor,
so
Your Honor, I have one concern. My concern is if I choose the option as far as having a hearing, is it possible, now this is what I want to do, is it possible that I can get maybe a 48-hour furlough so I can get my funds together so I can actually pay this stuff off? Because everything that I'm violated for, I can rectify.
No,
And
no,
I
it's
don't-
not. And let me tell you why. You're not here on a financial obligation only. You're accused of quitting reporting to probation. So if it's finances only, a lot of times we will let people just pay it late and be done with it. But you're accused of just disappearing on the probation office, not reporting in. If that violation is proven, then the chances of me putting you back on probation is not real high. The chance of me letting you pay it off is not real high. I don't know if the state can prove that violation or not, but that's what you're accused of. So you've got to decide. You're representing yourself now at your request against my advice. So you've got to decide if you want to go to a hearing, or if you want to admit the violation and give me an explanation and tell me your side of it, or if you want to take the state's offer. That's your choice. Mr. McDaniel, I'm not comfortable with him continuing to give advice to you after he said you represent himself. You can't have it both.
Of course. Sorry, guys.
Represent yourself. I've told you you need to talk to an attorney. You can't keep talking to him and represent yourself at the same time. Now, if you want to represent him represent you, I'm fine with that. I think that's the wise thing to do. But you can't have it both ways. If you don't want an attorney, you don't. If you do, then that's great. Mr. McDaniel's an excellent attorney. I've already told you that. Do you want him to represent you, or do you want to represent yourself?
want me to represent you? I mean, So. Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Evans and he's going to accept my representation. We're going to go ahead and admit that we violated our probation, Your Honor. And we'd asked the court to listen to mitigating circumstances from my client, Mr. Evans, on the sentence. He's been in jail for 34 days, and we just asked to go forward on that, Your Honor. Mr. Evans, I guess I'm going to go ahead and.
Yeah, Mr. Evans, okay, there are two things I got to make sure. I got to make sure, number one, that you've changed your mind and you want to accept Mr. McDaniel's representation. Is that accurate?
Yes.
The second thing I got to make sure is that you want to admit that you violated the terms of your probation with the understanding that you're not going to have a hearing. You're waiving your right to a hearing. There will not be a hearing. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to the state, and I'm going to impose what sentence I think is appropriate only after listening to both sides. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
And knowing that, that's what you want to do, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Evans, I know you're accused of two financial issues, which are not that. They're not.
Yeah, Regeer's Love Slave. I got that reference. That was good. You just made me laugh a little bit.
Not the end of the world to me. They're financial. But then you're also accused of not checking in for November and December after having been put on supervision in July, the end of July. So what that typically would mean to me is, and Mr. Ham's here, he can confirm this. Mr. Ham, he's accused of reporting in August and September and October and then disappearing. Is that what he's accused of? Okay. So that's what you're accused of. So I'm glad to listen to anything you want to tell me, Mr. Evans.
Your Honor, it's not that I intended to like violate probation. I picked up a second job and I started doing double shifts. I would call in when I could call in, and I was always told, okay, come in when you could come in. My intentions was to like get everything together, get all my money and everything together, and just go in, because he told me if I go ahead and pay everything off within that 6 months period, my probation would be terminated. So it's like right now I'm to the point where I could pay the majority of the fines. I want to continue doing my job. I want to continue my work, and plus I have a child on the way. So I'm not trying to cause anybody any problems or anything like that. It was just a mishap, and I want to keep my job. I want to keep being employed, and I want to like catch up the payments that I can catch up. And the reason why I couldn't pay when I could pay was because of possibly eviction. So I had to get that situated, and then the mother of my child, I had to make sure that she was situated. So it's not like I was neglecting my responsibilities. It's more like I was put in a situation where my time had to be split up between prioritizing with family and prioritizing and trying to. I was just under a little more. I was up under a little too much pressure at the time when things just conspired and things just happened. I was trying to manage the best that I could. My intentions wasn't to like not intentional, just not stop showing up, just stop showing up. I showed all the way up until I picked up the other jobs. The other jobs was I picked up so that I can actually maintain and manage things a little bit better so that I could actually take care of this situation. It's like I'm not trying to neglect the situation at all, Your Honor. And I'm still standing on
let
the
me do
point
this.
where,
I want to find out some more specifics on when you report.
Yeah. The problem with saying that long of a story, there's a lot of times where you could accidentally say something that's not true. Judge is about to kind of call him out on that right now. Now, remember, he said that he worked 2 jobs. The details are important. He worked 2 jobs, one at a distribution center and then one at Zaxby's. So he worked at a distribution center and a fast food restaurant. He wasn't reporting because he was working 2 jobs. That is what he said. Taking care of bills, That's why he wasn't reporting, though.
So, Mr. Ham, can you tell me, he was put on supervision July the 31st. His first report date would have been August the what?
15th,
Did he show up?
August 16th.
So in August, he was there a day late, but he showed up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then his next report date would have been September?
September 15th, he called and said he would check in on Wednesday. He had to work and is off next week on that day. He checked in 13 days later on September 28th and reported a new job at Zaxby's.
Okay. So his next one would have been October?
It would have been October 15th. He checked in October 27th. and then no November, no December. He did call one time and say that he was working and he wanted to check in. I told him, you can't check in over the phone. You have to do it in person. But if you can't come today, come the next day or the day after, but you have to come check in person.
So he never reported on time.
No,
The first time he was 1 day late. Second time he was 13 days late. Next time he was about 12 days late. And then he just quit reporting totally.
yes, sir.
Okay. And so the warrant was done in December, the end of December, December 27th.
Yes, sir.
That's
we
when the
signed it.
affidavit was filed.
Yes, sir.
See when the warrant itself was done. Same day. Warrant was done December 27th. So from December 27th, when did we hear from him again? When did he get in custody? Do you know that?
That I don't know, Your Honor.
I can tell that in the file here. The first appearance would have been
Mid-January, January 7th, mid-January, sometime in January.
I guess my question is, did he miss January also after the warrant was done?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because he was first appeared, he should have reported in on the 15th of January, and he got arrested. And it looks like he was first appeared on the 17th, so he got arrested on the 16th.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, Mr. Evans, that gives me some, thank you, Mr. Ham. That gives me a better understanding of the timeline here. So we're talking, that's what the probation officer's position is. So if you want to fill in any of those gaps, I listened to what you've said so far. But if there's something else you want to say now that we know those specifics, I'm glad to listen. Anything else, Mr. Evans?
I was arrested on January the 15th. The 15th, I got paid a couple of days. No, I got paid after the 15th. My intentions was to go ahead and settle everything that I could settle, because I really wanted to go ahead and pay as much as I could to go ahead and get off probation within that 6-month period, like he had instructed me to.
Were you arrested at the courthouse did you come report in January, or did you get arrested somewhere else?
I got arrested at the hospital.
So you weren't coming in on the 15th, because that was your report date. You weren't coming in to report, having missed a couple of months trying to get back on track. You got arrested at the hospital, totally unrelated to the probation office, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me? Well, look, I do have one question. You seem to think you still may have the job. If you've been in jail if you've been in jail, how long, Mr. McDaniel?
34 days.
I do have
What
the
makes you
job.
think you've still got a job if you've been gone that long?
Because I keep in contact with Pam. Every day she tells me, make sure you let me know what's going on. And as soon as you get out, just come up here and talk to me. I know I have the job.
Where's this at now?
This right here is at Zaxby. She said, you can call, you can verify.
Okay, what about the second job? The other job, you said that the full-time job.
The second job, I don't even have it anymore because my injury to my hand, I supposed to have surgery. And I never went to have surgery because I can't even move my pinky finger anymore. So
when did you lose the second job? When did you lose the other job?
I lost the second job in the end of August.
Okay.
No, the end of
All right, there we go. The first thing he said was he worked at a distribution center, and then he just got a second job at Zaxby's. Now he works at Zaxby's, and he lost his second job at the distribution center in August. He didn't report for 4 months, though. You see, this is why you don't say that much. Yeah. Welcome everyone that came in. That's how you know it's been a long day. Came in. Yes, we're just making up words. It's a good night. All right, let's finish this.
Totally confused, because you said the reason that you were not able to comply with probation is because you were working 2 jobs. You didn't comply with probation October, November, and December, but you lost. Let me finish. You lost one of the jobs in August. So what's the second job you had that kept you from reporting to probation that you said you in October, November, December?
The second job was I started picking up double shifts. I started working instead of 8-hour shifts. I started doing 16 hours if possible. So I was carrying on that right there.
At Zaxby's.
Yes,
at
sir.
Zaxby's. So you're saying that you were working full time plus some at Zaxby's?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so listen to my question now, because normally fast food places don't let you work more than 32 hours a week, because if they do that, that involves certain insurance requirements under the Obamacare Act. If we get your work records from Zaxby's for October, November, December, it's going to show you working more than 40 hours a week. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, easy enough. All right.
Anything
else?
most hours that I was working at Zaxby's, Your Honor, was either, it was above 60 hours.
A week?
Yes, and the least, Your Honor, was probably like maybe 44, 45, and that was to the minimum.
Oh, I'm not talking about a 2-week period. You're talking about in 1 week, 60 hours.
And in 1 week, I would probably end up with over maybe 45, 48 hours. In 2 weeks, I would probably have like 80, maybe close to 90 hours sometimes.
Okay.
So that's like.
All right. Let's see. The math is hard. I get that, especially when you're trying to make up a story on the spot. That math didn't make sense, right? He's like, I work, at the very minimum 45, 48 hours. Okay. So you're working, 6, 7 days a week. That happens in a restaurant sometimes. Not usually in chains. They won't usually allow you to work overtime. A lot of restaurants won't. But I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, so when he was talking about hours, he's like, and now he's saying who works 80 to 90 hours in a 2-week period. Yeah, that's 45 hours, 40 to 45 hours. Again, it's 5 hours at overtime. Still 5 days. You can still report, and it's a restaurant job. Most of your hours come on the weekends when you're at the busiest. So you're going to have days off, man.
And that was me trying to rush and trying to get everything situated with my living situation and my probation situation. And I still have my employment.
Mr. McDaniel, Ms. Bremer, what I'm inclined to do is give the state and defense a chance to verify that with the employer and see him tomorrow at first appearance. Actually, I won't be here tomorrow. See him Friday at first appearance. Actually, I will be here tomorrow. I'll be here for first appearance. I won't, the afternoon docket is the one Judge Garcia is covering. See him tomorrow at first appearance and let y'all talk to the employer. And if he really was working more than 40 hours a week at Zaxby's, that'd be unusual, number one. Number two, then that means he's being truthful. And I'll consider something along the lines of time served. If he's lying to me, then I'm gonna consider something a lot different than time served. Who can verify this at Zaxby's, sir?
My manager, Pam. Actually,
Pam?
any manager.
And Pam still works there, right?
Yes, she's the GM.
Okay. I'm going to defer your sentencing until tomorrow morning at first appearance, and we're going to ask Ms. Bremer and or Mr. McDaniel, one or both of them. They want to get together and make the call. That's up to them to see if they can verify this. And then we're going to send it. I'm going to send it to you tomorrow once I get the answer to that question. How many hours are you working? And the time period in question is the months he did not report allegedly. Ms. Bremer and Mr. McDaniel, those are the months which would be November, December. November and December around the 15th of each month is the time period I'm concerned about.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Any questions about any of that, Mr. Evans?
No, sir.
Ms. Bremer?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. McDaniel?
No, Your Honor.
We'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Evans. Thank you, Mr. Ham.
Yes, sir.
All right. I still forgot to put my phone on silent. All right. So we're calling the GM Pam. Now, did he say Pam or did he say Pan? Pam or Pan? Is it P-A? Is the N silent? Pam? Or is he saying Pam? Sorry, I had to quote Little Step Brothers. All right. This is the next day. This actually happened today. This part happened today. The other part was yesterday. All right. Let's finish this. Let's see what the manager, Pam had to say.
We have State versus Anthony Evans. Mr. Evans is here in 23-453 MM. Mr. Evans admitted yesterday to violence.
No. What do you mean did he show? He's in jail. Yeah, he's in jail. So, yeah, he showed. And they talked to Pam.
In terms of his probation, we scheduled the sentencing for today. I took some testimony, and I believe that Ms. Jeffcoat's been able to obtain some work records that has been forwarded to myself and Mr. McDaniel. And Mr. McDaniel, anything else on behalf of Mr. Evans that you want me to be aware of or point out to me, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Ms. Bremer,
No, Your Honor.
has anything in this documentation changed the state's position at all, Ms. Bremer?
No, Your Honor, in looking at the The dates that he worked, I do see that he was not working on November the 15th. He was working 11 hours and some additional on December 15th, but he was not working on November 15th.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Evans, the additional information from your employer does not verify what you said yesterday about working 60 hours some weeks, and that never happened at all, period. There's no week at all that we've seen that you worked 60 hours, like you said yesterday. That the average for this time period would be about 41 or 42 hours for the time period that we've been provided from them. And so there's nothing there to make me think that you couldn't report for work purposes. Work didn't keep you from reporting. So I'm going to, I think the state's recommended sentence is reasonable. I'm going to go ahead now. I've already accepted your admission that you violated the terms of your probation. I'm going to sentence you to 60 days in the Jackson County Jail. I'm going to give you credit for the time you've already served. I'm going to order you to pay any unpaid court costs, fines, and restitution, which was how much, Mr. Goodson?
He had a $370 court cost on the original criminal charge, and you had assessed a $250 public defender fee. So I don't know how you want to address that.
Yeah. What's the total?
$620.
$620 court costs and fines and special assessment. You'll get a chance to work that off because I am recommending you through the Public Works Trustee Program, Mr. Evans. There's no probation involved in this sentence. You finish this sentence, you put this behind you and move on with your life. Mr. Evans, do you have any questions?
With the what was it you recommended, the probation, the trustee thing? With the trustee thing, like, does that deduct any of my time?
If once you get the court costs and fines worked off, yes. Once you get those worked off or paid, either way, once they're gone, what happens is every day you're in the program, you get an extra day off your sentence. So let's just say you had 30 days left. I think you have less than 30 days left, but if you had 30 days left, you could actually cut that number in half once you're in the program and you have no court costs and fines left. Mr. Goodson?
I just was curious, Mr. McDaniel, how much credit does he have?
35 days.
Thank you.
35 days credit. I do need to put that on the record in the disposition. Thank you. Any other questions, Mr. Evans?
So until I pay my fines off, it's day for day.
Correct. No, what happens if you haven't paid your fines off, then you're going to be working off your fines if you're in the trustee program at $10 an hour or whatever minimum wage is. Do we set a set amount on that? What do we do with that? 15 at $15 an hour. So once you get them worked off, you will then start getting extra time off your sentence. The problem in your case is you don't have that long of a sentence and you've got quite a bit of fines. So hopefully you'll have the fines and court costs worked off, and it may help you in the end getting you out several days early. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes you to get in the program and whether you stay in the program. Any other questions?
So if I pay it $620 today, I can go ahead and start cutting everything in half.
As soon as you get in the program, yes. If it's paid, you will start getting a day off your sentence for every day you're in the program as soon as you get in the program. Usually they admit people on Thursdays. So I don't know if you'd go in this Thursday or next Thursday. You got to pass a drug test to get in. I don't have any reason to think you won't do that. So yeah, that's how it works. Any other questions?
No, I'm fine. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, dude, his story was so long and unnecessary. And then when he got called out for lying, he's just like, okay, yep, you're right, I was wrong. And just walked away, just took it. Yeah, he's not going to be getting out early. I mean, he has less than 30 days left to serve, and he has to work off 600 hours or $600. Yeah, I don't see how that's going to work. Anyways, okay. Next we have a couple people that stay on mute, that they actually listen to their right to stay on mute. Maybe a little too well. All right, we're going to Judge Shackelford now. This is actually the complete opposite of the first guy. Just put that together.
Come up here to the door. Come up here to the door.
All right, there's no way you guys are going to tell me that this video is quiet because Judge Shackelford does not know how to be quiet. So if it's still quiet, then yeah, it is my recording of this.
Come up to the door.
All right. This is 231710, 232909, 232908, and 240323 People versus Ashley Best. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Ashley Best.
All right, Ms. Best, I need you to speak up loud and clear so my court reporter can hear you, okay? So tell me your name one more time.
Ashley Best.
All right, Ms. Best, you're here today. An attorney, a defense attorney tried to meet with you. It's my understanding you did not want to meet with him?
Yes.
You do not want a lawyer?
No.
Okay. Ma'am, you have one count of breaking and entering into a building, tent, boat, railroad, car, or other public building when expressly notified not to. And that's alleged to have occurred on February 14th at 11700 Cornell in the city of Taylor. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of $500. You next have a count for possession of controlled substance. And the allegation is on December 9th of 2023, this is an old case, that you were in possession of a controlled substance.
It's very strange. I don't know what to make of it. Really.
Which is a violation, a Taylor ordinance, and has a
2 times in one video. I am on fire. Yeah, I think whoever said that I was high, I might actually be stoned. You might be right.
923, also for drug paraphernalia. Again, that's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of $500. Lastly, you have another count on August 1st of 2023 for possession of drug paraphernalia, and that's alleged to have occurred in the city of Taylor on August 1st of 2023. Do you understand the allegations against you? How old are you?
21.
Ma'am, I have to advise you of your constitutional rights. Okay? I want to make sure we go over these so that you understand. Okay. You've been brought to court on these misdemeanor charges and have the following rights: to plead guilty or not guilty, or to stand mute. If you stand mute, a plea of not guilty will be entered. You may plead no contest with the permission of the court. You have the right to have a trial by jury and have the assistance of an attorney. That attorney would be appointed at public expense if you cannot afford to pay. And you would have to repay if the authority later determined that you were able to do so.
My computer runs. My internet will slow down a little bit sometimes when I have so many tabs open, but the computer runs just fine. The problem is when you have that many tabs open, I forget what courts are paused and what courts I'm waiting to come back from recess. So that's what you see. And then, yeah, I just forgot to edit it out twice in one day, apparently.
If you have a trial, you have the following rights: to call witnesses to speak for you at trial, and you could get an order signed by the court to require witnesses to come to court, to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial, to be a witness for yourself or remain silent. If you choose not to be a witness on your own behalf, the prosecuting official could not comment on your silence. You also have a right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all of that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. You could be sentenced to jail and fines plus costs. I've already told you the maximum possible jail time and fine on each of those offenses. Ma'am, is there anything you want to tell me with respect to bond?
No.
No? Okay. And ma'am, so to the charge of breaking and entering that I read to you, for purposes of arraignment, how do you plead? Standing mute, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. To the allegation that you had drug paraphernalia on December 9th, how do you plead? Standing mute, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. On 232908, that's another possession of drug or a controlled substance. To that allegation, how do you plead? Standing mute. I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. And the last one, 231710, drug paraphernalia. To that allegation, how do you plead? Again, standing mute. I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf.
I love how Judge Shackelford just rolls right through it. The first one, she was just waiting for a couple seconds, like, all right, I'm not playing games, standing mute. Hey, it's perfect. It's, yeah. Anyways, what was I gonna say? No, I was gonna respond to you. Oh yeah, you are in just about every court chat that when I go in, that the chat's open. That's why I was really surprised to see you in that Kentucky court today. I thought I was one of the only people that watched that, and you were in there. Like, there's no way he's in here too. But yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. Shuffles. I got it. No holds. What's that?
Just our warrant, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Best.
I'll answer that real quick. I actually did call her courthouse and talk to her clerk, and Judge DeSanto is currently trying to get her channel back. She wants it to come back. So she has, I don't know, done whatever she needed to do with YouTube, and I think she's just waiting on an answer, but she is trying to get it to come back, is what I was told by her court clerk. Now, where she's at in this process, I don't know. How long it's going to take, I don't know. But she does want her channel back on YouTube. That's the information I have, and I heard it from her court. That's a good question. I didn't ask that because, I wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't ask that, but yeah, who knows? Who knows why she didn't just create a new channel?
You have $1,000 personal bond on each case. You're to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You cannot go back to 11700 Cornell in the city of Taylor. Can't purchase or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You'll be subject to testing. Drug and alcohol testing to confirm you're compliant with the terms of my bond conditions. And so it'll be 1,000 personal on each case. Miss Best, if you want treatment,
No.
whether it's today or what's that?
No.
You don't? Okay. Well, hopefully you will one day. And when you do, you can walk into this court and you won't get in trouble. And I'll make sure you find a bed at an inpatient facility so that you can get off the streets. All right, we're all set.
All right, standing mute. Got 4 personal bonds. She got personal bonds on every single charge. And then Judge DeSanto, we've been talking about her now that she's in my head. Yeah, offer treatment. She's just like, no, just straight up no. Not even thinking about it. No, nothing. Judge Shackelford does run their drug court program, and I don't know, it seems like she does a good job. It seems like she's very passionate about it. So it would actually be a good thing for her if she has that issue. All right. Next, we're going to Judge Boyd, to someone else who's standing mute. I can't tell if this guy's just really nervous or if he's kind of playing games. Let me know what you think. It's only about a 1-minute clip. It's going to fly by.
Why are you late for court? Do you want to go to the Bexar County Jail? That's either yes or no. And we've had this discussion with you before where you've been mumbling before me. If you're not mumbling in public when you're on the streets talking to your friends, don't mumble here. You understand? Are you able to speak?
Yes.
All right, so you need to speak. You need to say yes or no. Do you understand? Why were you late? Let's do it this way. You were supposed to be in court at 9 a.m. You signed a docket sheet saying that you're going to be here at 9 a.m. Did you understand?
Yes.
Why were you not here at 9 a.m.? All right, this is what we're going to do. You're going to sit in the box until you're able to speak. Do you understand? All right, they're going to put you in the box.
All right, I told you that was a quick one. We didn't, Judge Boyd didn't play the rest of that. It wasn't on YouTube. I was waiting for it. I was excited to see what he would come back and say. Her stream ended and she didn't go back up. So don't know what else happened. So one of a few things could be going on with that guy. He could be extremely nervous, that possibility. He could be playing games. Or, which I didn't think about till right now, he could be a kid that was never held accountable for any of his actions. So when an adult is pressing him, he doesn't know how to respond and shuts down. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. You know, non-medical person over here, have no idea how the brain works, but yeah, that's what I'm going with. All right. Okay, now we're gonna finish off with some Judge Vaan. This is his docket from a couple days ago. I think it's Thursday. I think this was his Tuesday docket. I just pulled out about 20 minutes of it, so we'll finish off with Judge Vaan. I watched his docket today, and it wasn't the typical Judge Vaan. He had a couple good, one-liners, but it wasn't normal, like entertaining as normal. So yeah. So we're going with 2 days ago. Let's go.
Today's talking about she just barely.
Okay.
Here's one that asked me.
Okay.
If I have a diversion contract for someone, who would you like that emailed to?
treedbaycoclerk.com.
REED or EID?
EED.
I knew that.
And then should I also send it over to the jail?
Yes, if they're getting out.
Yeah, you can give it to me and I can send it right now when he signs it, when he comes up.
Perfect. He's our second to last person, so that has plenty of time to go ahead.
No, I watched that yesterday, and my thought was he was messing with us law tubers because we can't play that music. We're gonna get copyright strikes for music, for if 1 second of that plays. So yeah, I saw that. That's what I thought. I was like, he's messing with us. This is awesome. This is hilarious. But then he didn't do it again today. So yeah, he was just doing it to be funny. But no, this is 2 days ago. That was yesterday.
Which one is it?
Allcoin.
Huh?
Allcoin.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. Okay.
Jordanic's not going to be with later, but my arraignment right now.
He was just on the screen.
Jordani was?
Yeah.
He's still there? It's hard to be in two places at once.
He literally was just on the screen. That's why we brought him in.
If you scroll back a little bit, I think like 15-20 minutes ago, when I accidentally kept in the video that I didn't edit out where another court started playing, so you got to see all the tabs I had open. That'll answer that question for you.
I don't know what you want us to do. Move the Spanish?
Move the Spanish.
He had to put him up because he had to keep separate anyway. Step up.
We see him pop in, we'll go right back to it. Look at us being all flexible.
Yeah. We're going to 17. The females drop down to 17.
Come on. Look at me. Ooh, never thought of it. Well, it's just like the no problems, just roll with it. Situation normal. Spamper not even up. She's not even.
I mean, the
He's
cheap
letting
seats are
them
what
take
he
my own
prefers
hold.
because they're really up. They're way up high. I don't
How
like
you doing,
talking over
Leslie?
the
How was
video.
your?
I don't like talking over the video. I tried because there wasn't anything going on. Yeah, the cheap seat. Tupac prefers the cheap seats because they're up high. So he's a bird. I don't know. That was a bad joke. Thank you, Sly, for finding his jacket. I hope you returned it to him. And thank you, Tupac, for leaving $5 in your jacket for Sly to donate. Thank you. Or super chat. Thank you.
Weekend. Look, she's spun away. Fabulous.
Yes, state your name.
Tifa Gilbert.
Gilbert, you're fully court charged with tampering, possession of meth, possession of paraphernalia, and a possession of 20 grams of marijuana. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
I top of the paperwork and the top of the right that you found.
You're breaking out. He's asking if you got your paperwork and were you advised of your rights.
Yes, sir. I got it right here.
All right, based on your application, you've indicated you don't want a public defender. Is that the case?
Yes, sir. I do need a public defender. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I kind of wondered about that.
Yes, sir.
We need you to fill out the appropriate paperwork so we can determine if you qualify, okay?
Okay.
All right, Deputy Criminal History, Ms. Gilbert.
She has there's a burglary unarmed in 20. There's an older 12 robbery with a firearm, kidnapping, and no valid with the VOP in 15. That's it.
All right. Bonds 5,000 on the tampering, 5,000 on the meth, 1,000 on the paraphernalia, and 1,000 on the pot. Court date's going to be March 14th with random UAs.
Step to your right to the T. When the light comes on, sign.
I see a.
State your name, ma'am.
Ms. Holman, you're for the court charge of criminal mischief, more than 200, but I'm assuming less than 1,000 because it's a county court case. I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, you've indicated you're going to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yep, that's true.
23, controlled substance paraphernalia. Georgia, 22, death by taking.
All right, man. Bond's 1,000. Court date's going to be February the 14th at 8:30. Oh, wow.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
As far as bonding, I'm able to bond out now. That's true, right? After what you just told me, it's 1,000? Okay.
Yes.
Is someone from another state, I have a family member from another state, are they allowed to bond me out? Like, how does that work? Do you know?
They need to call a bondsman here.
Okay, but can they do it over the phone and everything?
That's between them and the bondsman.
Okay, is that all?
Mhm.
Thank you, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When go ahead and sign where that light is. Next.
I didn't expect you to give me a bond, so I really.
Oh, yeah, you just cracked me up with that one. Arraignment hearings are not a dating site. I mean, when in Rome, I guess. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Legal Fiction. Tupac's jacket is getting some work. Hopefully, whoever you sold it to, maybe finds another fiver in there. I don't know. I wanted to say this because I don't know. Now I need to regain my thoughts. I saw a very interesting news story today. Now this happened back in I think it was the 80s. It was the Washington Redskins went to the Super Bowl, and what the police department did during the week before the Super Bowl was a bunch of people that had outstanding warrants. They sent them letters saying they won Super Bowl tickets, and they have to show up to the stadium the day before the Super Bowl, or they have to show up to this area the day before the Super Bowl to get their tickets or whatever. And so all these people showed up. They arrested a couple hundred people who all had outstanding warrants because they said that they had Super Bowl tickets. I was laughing so hard. I want to cover that story. I need to figure out how to do it because, you know, it's a news story from a news station and there has to be copyright laws there. But I want to figure out how to do it because I was laughing from about the start of it to the end of it. It was hilarious. All right. Jedi. Legal Fiction left his luggage at the Holiday Inn last night. Yeah, I mean, he is trying to be an attorney. He's trying to be an attorney. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat.
Here you go. State your name, ma'am.
Ms. Carroll, you report to domestic violence battery and a violation of probation for what was originally a possession of controlled substance. You understand those charges?
Yes.
I'm seeing copies of paper and advise of your rights. Is that true?
Yes. Can you, so am I able to make a phone call?
Based on your application, I find that you do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender representative. They have an attorney. What about that?
He gave an attorney.
All right, Ms. Carroll. No contact with the alleged victim. Court date's going to be February the 14th at 8:30, and you're held without bond on the VOP. Court date's
You didn't-
9 o'clock.
The first bond, it didn't come through. It broke up. It's really bad today.
1,500.
Thank you. And the second court date, March.
March 6th.
Thank
at
you.
9 o'clock.
Step to your right to the T. Next.
Who'd have thought it?
Next. Next.
Oh man, Jedi. It is the responsibility of a Jedi to never lose track of their lightsaber. It is on your person at all times. That's bad, Jedi. You know, Obi-Wan would be very disappointed in you. He would. Thank you, Tharina.
Red X, ma'am, state your name.
Bridget Foster. Oh, sorry. Bridget Foster.
Watching the football game, I don't care who wins. It's weird. All right, Ms. Foster, you're for the court charge of possession less than 20 grams of marijuana, paraphernalia, and a driving license suspended revoke. You know the charges?
Yes, sir.
Then you'll be given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
I'm sorry.
You got a copy of your paperwork?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Were you
sir.
advised of your rights?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any questions?
Yeah, he does, Aaron. The last one I kept in, it's actually kind of funny. She's crying the entire time, but he has some good jokes with her.
What about that?
I'm sorry.
He gave you a public defender?
Yes, sir. Can I also state that I do have an expired medical card?
You just did.
Okay, yeah. And that's the truth. I mean, that's what it was from.
Yeah, the key part of that, right?
Expired, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it.
But I didn't pay my insurance and I did not know that the thing was suspended.
Okay. Well, let's stop talking about the facts of the case before Floyd yells at me.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I would let you talk all day, but the public defender's office gets all bent out of shape about it. All right, Ms. Foster. Deputy, criminal history?
I actually have a short on probation.
Out of Washington County.
Yep. 22 controlled substance paraphernalia in another county, 18 locally paraphernalia meth, paraphernalia new legends.
I've been doing.
All right, man. Bond set 2,500 on the pot, 1,000 on the paraphernalia, 1,500 on the DWLSR. Your court date's going to be March 14th at 8:30 in front of Judge Grammar. Worse.
Step to your right.
Better off not having any contact with Walmart. Yeah, court date with Judge Grammar. Early, not late.
State your name, ma'am.
Sarah Bell.
Ms. Bell, you're for the court charge of stalking. You understand the charge now?
Here you go.
Yes, sir.
I think you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender representative. So you have an attorney now. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Deputy criminal history?
She just got put on probation for the same thing, different victim.
Case number, ma'am?
23-4632 MM. Oh my gosh. No, that makes them all cry. I don't know why. Good Lord.
Your hairdresser or your surgeon say, or the lady that's reading histories at first appearances. Oh my gosh.
You don't hear that?
All right, Ms. Bell, bonds
Yes, sir.
2,500 stalking. Court date will be February the 14th at 8:30. No contact directly, indirectly, or through the third party alleged victim. And I'm signing a warrant for violation of probation case 20. Good luck, ma'am.
Step to your right to the T. He violated your probation. Red X, state your name.
All right, I think this is the last one. This is the funny one that I kept in here. Jibber Gears Low Slave. I was waiting for the response. I was like, I don't know. I haven't heard this one before. And then I read the joke and I just instantly started shaking my head. Man. It was good. It was good. I laughed. But I was expecting I don't know. I was expecting an actual answer, not, they can't shoot. It's gonna be a long afternoon. All right. Yeah, this is the last one. I'm gonna let it play out. Thank you everyone for being here. You guys are all awesome. Thank you for all the super chats. Tupac, I hope you get your jacket back. We don't want you wearing denim all winter. Unless you live in Canada, then that's their national uniform. Yeah, but thank you everyone for the super chats, the new memberships, the gifted memberships. You guys are all awesome. We will be hanging out in Discord after this, as always. Hope you guys have a great night, and I hope court's a little bit more exciting tomorrow so I can put out more than one video. Because I really wanted to put out premieres today, but I could not find anything, worth your guys' time. Let's say that. All right, you guys are all awesome. Until next time, bye.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Gotta get with. Ms. Schuler, you're fully court charged of driving under the influence. You understand the charge, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See what you did?
Advised of your rights, is that true?
Say that one more time.
You've been advised of your rights today?
I've been advised of my
Rights today?
Rights, the right to remain silent.
yes.
Based on your application, I find that you do qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the Public Defender representative. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Deputy criminal history?
No history, sir.
No.
It's the crying.
You did it.
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't do it.
I just graduated nursing school and this is not where I thought I'd be at.
Good boy. Well, got an auspicious birthday. August 15th. That's my anniversary. Brutal. I mean, really. Oh, dude. That's horrible. Are you? Do you consider yourself a ginger?
I dyed my hair kind of an auburn color.
You chose that lifestyle. It didn't choose you. That's all right, Ms. Schuler. Here's the deal. I might be covering Judge Grammer's arraignments on Wednesday, so it might be me, but it might not be me. It might be Judge Grammer Wednesday. So if it is Judge Grammer, you need to be early, not late, okay? He starts court at 8:30. Your court date's going to be February the 14th. That's Wednesday at 8:30. You need to be in the courthouse by 8:15.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
Okay,
Your court date is,
am I gonna?
like I said,
be able-
Wednesday at 8:30.
Okay,
Do not possess or consume alcohol while you're on probation or release. Release. You're not on probation.
okay. Can I drive or? I
Well,
don't know.
here's the thing. If you'll remember, when they gave the citation, they told you that you had the citation was going to be your driver's license for 10 days, right?
Okay, yes, sir.
So 10 days you can drive on the citation. All right.
So my driver's license isn't suspended. It's just for temporary.
You got a temporary for 10 days based on the citation.
And then show up at court.
Show up in court. That's the main thing. Early, not late.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And you chose the warning label. Give the world.
Red X.
All right, I did pause it one more time. Fozzie, if you're still there, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. Someone asked for the Discord link. It's in the description. If it's not there, I added it late to the video, so just refresh. It's there. So in every video, the Discord link's in the description. What's up, Flying Monkey? Came in right at the end. But yeah, one of my mods want to drop the Discord link one more time because he did say it after someone dropped it, so you may not have seen it. All right, this video is over now. Flying Monkey, thank you. You barely got that in because the second I hit play, my outro is going to go. Let's all jump over to Discord and hang out. All right. Monkey, you're awesome. Thank you for 4 months. We're up to 4 months now? Man, 4 months. All right. Thanks, everyone. You're awesome. Till next time. Bye.
Ma'am.
All right. You, she really wanted me to pause it one more time. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Again, you almost missed it. Or I guess I almost missed it. Is a better way to say it. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Welcome to all the new members. I will say this: Members Monday. Always do something for the members. The last 2 Mondays, it's been a live stream. It's not always going to be a live stream. Sometimes it'll be a premiere, but yeah, every Monday. And there's a lot of cool emotes you can play with. All right, now I'm leaving. Monkey, thank you so much for the gifted subs and the 4 months. All right, till next time. Bye.
State your name.
Thank God.
You did that on purpose, Legal Fiction. Thank you. Thank you for the 1 month. You guys, you know what? I'm just going to end the stream. I'm not even going to let the music play out. You guys are all awesome. Come join us in Discord.